Hello viewers, welcome to PL Tutorials. In this video tutorial we are going to be having two sections. The first section is going to be how to install Oracle Database 12c software only, and the second section is going to be how to use your database configuration assistant to create a database. Before we start, I've already done the pre-installation tasks for this installation. If you don't know how to do that, you can watch my video on how to install Oracle Database 12c on a Linux machine, or you can also visit my blog for clarity. So the first thing we are going to do is to run our installer. So I'm just going to do that. So for this installation, we have 9 steps to complete. This is just for training purposes, so I'm just going to take this off. We don't wish to receive security updates. And then go next. And you have not provided, just say yes to that. Next step, we are going to be installing the database software only. So we are just going to click on install database software only, and then click on next. And then we are going to be using a single instant database installation. So if you have any other language apart from English you want to use, you can just choose them here, but I'll just leave it at English. For the software only installation, we only have the Enterprise Edition as an option for us, so we'll just leave it at that. In this step, we are going to specify the Oracle path. This Oracle path has already been created, so we'll just leave it at this and then go to next. And this is for our inventory directory. This is also our group name on install. I'm just going to leave it at default. So here it's going to verify the target environment to see if it meets installation requirements. So we just have to wait for a while for you to do that. Okay, so for my verification result, I have some minimum requirements for installations are not completed. And then we need to open a new terminal. So I'm just going to paste the script here. I'm not going to have OK. Then we have it verified again. So we are done. You can save the response file to this installation. So I'm just going to go to install. And then yeah, we have to wait for it to install. Yeah, we need to execute the script as root. So I'm just going to open a new terminal. Then I'm going to copy the first script and paste it here. So I'm going to copy the second script. I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to look at this. So our Oracle software only installation was successful. The next part of this installation is to use DBCA to create a database. To use DBCA, we just use the command DBCA. Here it's your database template. So the general template, we're going to be leaving it at the default, which is general purpose or transaction processing. Next is to have a database identification. So we're going to have your global database name. I'm going to give it a little serial. I am not creating a container database, so I'm just going to leave this unchecked. But if you want to create a container database, then you have to check this box. Here is to specify your management options. If you want to configure Enterprise Manager Database Express, you just leave it at 5500. So I'm just going to leave it at the default. For this step, we have the database credential path. So I'm going to use the same administrative password for all my accounts, and then I'm going to give it the password. And then what's next? Okay, so this installation is for training purposes, so you will need sample schemas. So you have to check this to have sample schemas registered in your database. And next, I'm also going to leave your initialization parameters at default. So I'm going to go back. Next. So what we're doing is to create a database, so I'm going to leave it at default. Our database name is ORCL. For the next. There we are. We are done. Our global database name is ORCL. We're having a single instance. You need to finish this installation. Just click finish. We have to wait a while for this to create our database. Our database configuration assistant is done creating a database. You can see global database name is ORCL, and this is for our database express URL. First, let's click on password management to unlock some sample schemas, and I'm just going to look for the popular sample schemas. I'm just going to unlock HR, have a password there, and that. Unlock all the schemas too that you'll be using. So we just okay to that. The password doesn't meet the requirement and all of that, so we're just going to say yes to continue. Okay, so let's copy our Express URL and see how it looks like. So I'm just going to copy it, yeah, and then open up our browser. And so we come to the end of this installation. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for viewing.